After a few nights of pretty weak sentiment, it was a bit more positive last night. We've seen a pretty decent rally in share markets, particularly in the States. New Zealand dollar remains pretty weak though, around 76 cents against that US dollar. Now in terms of the US, the markets chose to focus on the positives. Data was a little bit mixed, but the consumer confidence figures out overnight were reasonable. Employment figures were quite reasonable as well, with weekly jobless claims coming in just over 400,000, which is quite a lot lower than we've seen over recent weeks. That certainly helped the mood and contributed to that share market rally. Looking across the Atlantic, the focus remains on Ireland. The Irish rolled out their budget plan for the next 4 years, and they've certainly got to make a lot of cuts to try and make ends meet. And they still need this funds to help bail out their banking system. They're talking about increasing tax rates, reducing the minimum wage, and public sector job cuts as well. So a lot of austerity measures there, which will be pretty tough for the Irish economy. Over in Britain, their third quarter economic growth figures were actually very strong, with net trade making a decent contribution to GDP. Now that's largely on the back of their exports. The pound's been very weak, which is a help for their exports. But good news for us is that lamb prices are very strong in the UK at the moment. Hopefully that'll continue, particularly given that lamb numbers are very low at present. It's always pleasing when we see that prices are strong in that key market of the UK. Back home, it's a quiet end to the week on the data front. We've got data out in Australia today on capital expenditure. We expect that to be reasonably strong. Yesterday we had construction work done, which was a little bit weaker than expected. Construction work actually fell in the last quarter, but it's still an awful lot stronger than it was a year ago. So that annual growth of over 7% in Australian construction work is reasonably pleasing, despite the dip in the quarterly headline figure. It's a quiet end to the week offshore as well, with the US observing Thanksgiving Day tonight. Markets will be very quiet there, and it's only a half-day trading on the equity market on Friday. So a fairly quiet end to the week, although with the US reportedly sending an aircraft carrier over towards the Korean Peninsula overnight, there'll certainly be worth keeping an eye on the tensions up there during Asian trade today.